Hi, this is Cynthia Horner from Right on Digital, and I am here with Janeisha Adams-Ginyard, who is going to talk to us about the biggest film in the history of filmmaking, which is Wakanda Forever. And it's just so amazing to get to talk to a cast member, and I'm so appreciative of your time. So tell me, what has it been like with the release of this film, which is even bigger than the last film?
Yeah, so first of all, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm very excited to speak with you as well. But it's been a ride. I will tell you, shooting the first Black Panther, that was historic, that was monumental, not only for filmmaking and action film, but just for like the culture, right? We had a Black lead actor playing a superhero with an all Black led cast. Fast forward to now, the sequel, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I feel like we are further cemented in cinematic history. Like this movie exceeds the first one, I believe, by leaps and bounds. And the first one was great. It's just the way that it was written, how we pay tribute and homage to Chad by his presence, being absent for the shooting of this film. I think it's just so incredibly well done and done with care and love, and from the costumes to the acting to the storylines. I mean, yeah, it's just a great film.
Yeah, and speaking of the costumes, they are incredible, and I really love the makeup too. I mean, what is
Yeah,
there not to love about this film? But it's just
you
like
gotta love everything. You have to love
perfect.
everything about it.
It's the perfect film. Now,
Yes,
let's talk about your character for a moment. And
yes.
you're a very beautiful woman, and your character's name actually means beauty. So can you talk
Yes.
about that?
Yes. So my character's name is Nomble. That's Nomble, and that means beauty. And so in the first one, I'm identified with my facial tattoo. It's a Black tattoo, facial marking over the right side of my face, and you see that tattoo also in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The addition to that was that I was given a name. That was where I was giving my name, Nomble. And so in this Black Panther sequel, it's an extension of my character, but she has a little bit more action. She's more visible. It's just a great extension, basically, of my character. And I mean, you saw me in the trailer. I'm even on the movie poster. So it is just a total upgrade. You know what I mean? It is a level up for sure.
Yeah, this is like a dream come true. I don't think
Yes,
any actor
totally.
could expect all of this. It's just phenomenal.
It is a dream come true. And, taking it back 4 or 5 years ago, I had Marvel on my vision board. And I'm very big into vision boards. I grew up that way. My mom was big into them. So, I always wanted to be a part of a very big action movie, obviously with Marvel. And then Black Panther pops up. And then while I'm shooting the first one, I get an email while on set saying, hey, you're going to go over to the Avengers. So it's just been this roller coaster of Marvel movies and God just pouring on blessings. I'm living in overflow with the blessings that keep happening. And again, on my vision board it was Marvel, but I never even thought about ever being like, oh, I want to be on a movie poster. But then when you see yourself on a movie poster, you just realize the value in that, and there is just a sense of reward with seeing yourself on a movie poster. That has never happened to me before. So yes, I am ecstatic. I'm living in overflow. I am so grateful to God, because this is honestly a dream come true.
Now you have actually done something that a lot of other actors and actresses have not been able to do, which is stunts. Now,
Yes.
let's talk about that, because in order to do stunts, of course, you have to be in superior condition. So can you talk about your workout routine, and did you ever imagine yourself doing stunts in a film?
So honestly, I didn't even know anything about stunts, right? My professional childhood goal was to be a sign language interpreter and sports commentator for deaf athletes. That was what I wanted to do ever since I was 8 years old. That was my career professional goal. I'm gonna be a sports commentator and a sign language interpreter for athletes. Fast forward, I was an athlete. I've been a student athlete my entire life. I did track and field growing up. I did track in high school. I did volleyball. I did track in college. So after college, I became a member of the U.S. national bobsled team. And I took that athleticism combined with the track and started doing sports modeling and sports acting. I did so many Nike campaigns, from Nike CrossFit, Nike track, Nike basketball, Nike soccer. And it was during that time where I started doing a lot of acting. Like, I started acting first before even the stunts. So I was always like the jock. I was always the athlete that was booked on the commercial or the TV show. And it wasn't until I watched a movie and saw all the credits and realized that there was a guy in there who was stunts, who was running very horribly. And I was like, wait, I ran track in college. Like, I know how to run. This dude doing stunts, I can do stunts. So it was then I just started, I hired a private tumbling coach because I did a lot of research. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna do stunts, I need to have some type of air awareness. I need to know what my body is doing when I'm being flipped and tossed around. So I hired a tumbling coach who taught me basic tumbling, you know, back handspring, back tucks, some trampoline, wall flips, all of that. And then fast forward, I doing stunts now for just over 11, 12 years. And I have a background in Taekwondo, which is great for stunts because when you're watching these action films, you're seeing all these nice kicks and, you know, hook kicks and roundhouses. And Taekwondo is 80% kick, 20% hand. So that is definitely why I chose Taekwondo as one of my martial arts disciplines. But yeah, I just make sure that I'm, you know, in tip-top shape, brushing up on my Taekwondo. I do a lot of body weight circuits. I'm very big into that. And yeah, I mean, and as far as like eating wise, to make sure, you know, because it's also physicality and then what you take in, you know, I'm very big on the keto. So I live a very keto lifestyle. So that's pretty
Wow.
much, yeah, that's pretty much how I stay in shape with my stunts, you know, working out, doing a lot of body weight circuits, my Taekwondo and my keto lifestyle. And pretty much that's it.
Wow, this is so amazing. And
Yes.
and I heard that you actually were injured on while you were filming the movie, but you kept
Yes.
it a secret. And just how did you get through that?
Woo, let me tell you, okay, it takes a village, okay? So 2 months into filming, I broke my hand. We were doing choreography. I did not know I was broke at the time, but I was in severe pain and still continued with the training. Till this day, the person who was involved in that has no idea. I had a meeting with my team. 5 people knew what happened. We have documented everything from the day I walked into the urgent care, which was a Sunday after church, because I noticed the swelling had moved down to my wrist. And so I called my best friend's husband, Coach K, who's a coach at University of Oregon. And he's like, hey, I think you need to go to the doctor immediately. Normally when the guys, you know, have a broken hand, that's what happens. The swelling starts to move down. So I went to urgent care. The doctor came back after all the x-rays and said, yeah, you broke your hand. I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't break my hand. I'm in town for work. I'm in town shooting a movie. I can't go back there. He was like, ma'am, I'm gonna go in the back. I'm gonna go bring out your cast. Like, he wouldn't hear nothing I had to say. I'm crying. Let me tell you, that was the worst pain I have ever been in my life. So they put me in a cast, like a splint, and obviously I'm supposed to keep the thing on until healing. I could not do that. I had already said, we are not going to work. We're not telling anybody anything. In the back of my head too, I'm like, wait, Chad went through a whole situation, okay?
I
and
was
didn't let
about to say
anybody know.
that.
Like, he went through a whole situation. I said, I can get through a broken hand. Meanwhile, understand this, down the line, I have my Emmys coming up, because that was also during the same time I was nominated for an Emmy. I went to the Emmys with a broken hand. Nobody knows that. But so fast forward to the movie. Every morning, I took the cast off right before I went into work. I wrapped it with this KT tape, and I put a little like carpal tunnel bandage thing brace over it. And that first day when I went back, everyone was like, "Oh, what happened to your hand?" They're asking all these questions. I'm like, "Oh, it's good, it's good." I'm fluent in sign language. I just had an audition over the weekend. It was a lot of work. My wrists are shot. Something like that. But I did that for, I think it was like 10 weeks, because I remember, I think it was about 10 to 12 weeks when I was finally like, quote unquote, healed and better. The bone was back in place or whatnot, or at the point where it could be healed. But every morning I put KT tape on. As soon as we walked out of that gym from training or set, I immediately went into the car, put my cast back on, wrapped it up, and then went home. I did that every day. When I tell you I cried every night, I cried. It was painful because I'm right-handed. I'm right-hand dominant on everything. And normally with choreography, it has been that it's right hand. For whatever reason, the universe decided that, oh, Janeisha, now everything gonna be on the left hand. And that was a hand that was broke. So imagine having a broken hand and every day your fight coordinator or your choreographer is grabbing your left hand. He's grabbing it, squeezing it, all of that. He's doing all of that, not knowing my hand is broke. So it was a very painful situation, but I got through it. I was like, mind power, mind control. We got this. I was meeting with my team every day. They was checking on me during lunch. How's your hand? I was crying sometimes. I'm like, it's so much pain. I can't deal with it. And it's that pain where you just can't get to it. It's just, it was one, whew, I don't wish that on nobody. Okay. I don't wish that on anybody, but I got through it by the grace of God. I went and talked to a shaman. I wasn't trying to take a bunch of pills or anything like that. I when I say I channel the ancestors every day as I navigate this planet, I do. So I actually went and saw a shaman for my hand. So yeah.
Well, I have to say you are a warrior, and Chad Boseman was a warrior because people did not have any idea that he was really ill, and he made it through. It's just I don't even know what to say. I
know. He leaves you speechless, because it wasn't just that he did it for Panther. I mean, he did it on multiple projects.
Right.
Multiple projects.
Black Bottom. Yeah.
He did it on multiple projects. This strength and resilience that he had, because we know these sets are not the best environments. It's hours of shooting, lines. It's just all the elements, and to go through that process on top of shooting and whoo, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's something special.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. But that's why I made sure when we had our premiere, he was going to get honored, okay? Because let me just say this, there would be no Black Panther sequel if Chad did not do just a phenomenal job as Black Panther in that origin movie. There's no way that new characters get launched, that a sequel's made, if he doesn't go out and over deliver as Black Panther. You know what I mean? So
right.
I mean, there was only two options, two things that I wanted to accomplish for our premiere. I wanted to, one, outdo myself from the 2018 Black Panther carpet and honor Chadwick. And I think I knocked it out of the park with my Black Panther Wakanda Forever premiere body paint homage to the ancestors in Chad. So I'm just so incredibly happy how the world received that.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
And I know he's in heaven and he appreciates what all of you have done. And
absolutely.
I'm thankful that he was here in spirit.
Yeah, same here.
Now you have a couple of things coming up. Christmas is coming, And
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have a lead role in this film called Letters at Christmas.
Yes, yes. It's a family movie. It's a family Christmas movie for the holidays. And you're correct. This is my first lead acting role in a movie, and I'm playing opposite Dean Cain. I play his wife, and I think everyone's gonna really love this movie. And it comes out December 1st. I also have a short film that I am the lead and producing, and we are hoping that it turns into a TV series. It's called The Jamaican Queen and Her Jerk King, and that's also starring Kelly Perrine and Danny Arroyo. And then next June 2023, I start shooting a horror film where I am also the lead. So,
Oh, okay. We've
yes.
interviewed Kelly Perrine for our platform, actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
Kelly. That
love
he's one of my
him.
very good friends. He is one of my
Yeah,
very good friends. Yeah, he's one of the writers on The Jamaican Queen and Her Jerk King. Yeah.
okay. And
Yes.
a fun fact that we learned about you is that you have a twin.
Yes.
I'm very fascinated with twins. I always wanted to be a twin. I'm a Gemini. That's the only twin.
That's the twin sim. Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's the symbol.
tell us a little story before we go about your twin.
Okay, so yes, I have a twin sister. Her name is Jamia. So it's Jamia and Janeisha. She is 5 inches taller than me and 3 minutes older.
How did she end up being taller than you? Does anyone know?
You know what? We like to say she had the special milk. Okay, that's what we say. She had the special milk.
Okay. Is she in the business also?
No, actually, she works in like corporate. She used to be the assistant SID, which is the sports information director at Jackson State and Alcorn State. She went to HBCU. She went to Alabama A&M and then Jackson State. So yeah, she used to do that, but now she works with Frito-Lay in their corporate marketing or whatever. She high up there. Let me tell you, she's high up there because she was high up there at the on the university level. Yeah.
Oh, well, I want to congratulate her too. Well,
Yes.
before we go, can you tell us what are your favorite social media platforms so that all these people can start following you?
Yes. So thank you again for this interview. This was amazing. I had a great time. My social media handles are Instagram is at Hollywood Lady J. That's Hollywood Lady and just the letter J. You can also find me at Twitter at the same handle, Hollywood Lady J. And then on Facebook, it's my full name, Janeisha Adams-Ginyard.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for this wonderful interview, and we hope to interview you in the future when you're about to debut your other projects. And
Absolutely.
I want you to have a wonderful holiday season. We will be watching your movie and enjoying it with our friends and loved ones. And thank you again.
Thank you so much, Miss Cynthia. And yes, you have an amazing holiday as well. All the audience have a happy holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa, as I like to say it. And then again, Wakanda Forever.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.